Hello again, welcome back to Hella Sunnies. Today I've got a piece for you from Revo. Revo Optics is actually owned, they're part of the Oakley conglomerate, so they're actually owned by Oakley, so a lot of the technology, the frames, the lenses, the polarization filtering, a lot of that technology is actually shared between the two companies, most of it coming from Oakley. But Revo's is very much a classic outdoorsman, kind of sports-driven brand, but they do have a couple pieces that really tailor to the classic crowd, while still mixing in a lot of that sort of mountain man aesthetic. So the piece that I want to look at today is actually called the Grand Sixties, obviously coming from the era that these are inspired by. The Ray-Ban Wayfarer is definitely a big source of inspiration for these. But it's a recycled nylon frame, so it's got a little bit of a weight to it, but it's still fairly lightweight. It's not as light as Oakley's O-Matter, but it's definitely lighter than an acetate frame. It flexes nicely. One of my favorite things about this piece is that it mixes kind of that rugged mountain man aesthetic with sort of the fun Wayfarer Frogskin, more fashionable street style sunglass. And it does have steel single-barreled hinges, so they're definitely durable, corrosion resistant. But this piece would definitely look at home just as much on a mountain with a pair of chums, you know, to keep it from falling off, just as it would on the beach or on the street, you know, riding your bicycle around. But a very cool piece. It's definitely Wayfarer inspired, very much just like the Frogskin as well, the Oakley Frogskin. Like I mentioned before, Revo shares a lot of their lens technology with Oakley, so this polarization is actually very similar to the polarized lenses that you see from Oakley, their HDO optics. But very clear. The polarization filter is actually melted into the lens. It's not an application that's layered between lenses like some of the cheaper brands. So you definitely get excellent polarization, which is straight across the line. Everything from Revo is actually polarized, as these lenses are. So you get fantastic Oakley optics, you get a great recycled nylon frame that's friendly to the environment, but still super durable with the steel hinges, and a really fun Wayfarer inspired look. And as I mentioned, they are very similar to the Frogskin. I do happen to have a pair of Frogskins here with me. So you can see you do have kind of the retro inspired bridge. The Frogskin, the biggest difference is actually the keyhole nose bridge, as you can see, but still the overall profile is very similar. I would almost call the Revo Grand Sixties your dad's Wayfarer or your dad's Frogskin. They're not quite as out there, but they still do have sort of that cool retro feel. The lens profile is not quite as tall. It's actually very similar to a Ray-Ban Wayfarer, which I also have here. The biggest difference between the two, obviously, is the Wayfarer's classic tilt that tilts forward, obviously. But the Grand Sixties does not have that. So you can find the Revo Grand Sixties pretty much anywhere that Oakleys are sold, as well as Revo.com. They retail for around 200 bones. So they are a little bit on the spendier side, but it's definitely a really nice meld of old and new, something that's perfect for going out and venturing in. So thanks a lot for watching Hella Sunnies today. As always, keep in mind face, in the case. Thanks for watching.